Hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here at this channel, we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And today we are going to do the 2020 preview look ahead video. I'm very excited to do this. You're first up on my list. You might notice the little kitty in the background. I'm hoping he will settle down and nap. If not, I might have to get up to let him out. So his name is Tigger. All right, I am going to offer a personalized video similar to this, the same cards I'm using today, plus these additional cards. So cards drawn from these additional decks. I just wanted you to see that there were a lot that cover more things, and I'm offering that for only $20.20 if you order before before December 31st, the end of December 31st. And so let's just go ahead and get right into this. I'm really excited. Thank you so much. I would really appreciate you checking out your sun, your moon, and your rising. And leaving me comments and sharing and helping to get the word out, because this is a big year coming up for Capricorn. It is your year. It is your year. There's so much going on in the sign of Capricorn throughout the year. You've got Jupiter there. You've got Saturn. You've got I knew he was going to do that. You have Pluto. You have so many things going on, and so you have the opportunity to really change your life this year if you want. We have in the fellow earth sign of Taurus is Uranus, and so Taurus is your house of fun and romance and children and creativity. And so here's an opportunity to you're moving out of, okay, so that's going on in Taurus. Yes. Okay. So that's going on Taurus. And so this becomes an opportunity this year to have creative change and chaos go on and be able to bring things in. And really, there'll be expansion, there'll be contraction, there'll be elimination of what doesn't work so that you can build a solid foundation for what you really, really want in this world. And so it's exciting energy this year, and I really hope you utilize it. So I am actually going to use this. It's a beautiful deck. It comes it's just gorgeous, and I never use this for anything or anyone except me. But when I was meditating on the overall energy for this year, it's so big and so huge, and I saw this and I was like, really, that's the one you want me to use? So this is a big deal. If we are going to use the way of the horse, it's a big deal. So let's see what your overall energy for the year is. In case you're wondering, when you check out your sun sign, that is the core of who you are, but your rising sign is how you're going to interact with the world. So that's your personality. That's where your destiny lines out from, your houses. So there is a calculator below for you to check that out, and your emotional response and reaction is ruled by your moon sign. So you have number 24. I don't know if you can really see that. That one's very pastel. 24, 2 plus 4 is 6. That is a soulmate number. That is, sixes in the tarot. There's not a bad one, right? The 6 of Swords even is all about healing. The 6 of Cups is about relationships from the past. The 6 of Wands is about winning and success. So your overall energy is that. And what am I missing? Oh, the 6 of, that's Wands, Cups. I'm missing Pentacles. Oh, balance. Balance, giving and receiving in equal amount. So this card right here is called, Kairos. See? Kairos? Wow. Okay. So this is timing, opportunities, moments filled with meaning and choice. Emerging from a rainbow-colored mist, a powerful horse approaches. Can you grab his mane and leap on his back before he moves beyond your reach? It happens in a split second. So the gift is, when you are sensitive to timing, great strides are made with minimal effort. And the challenge will be that the best laid plans can distract you from unexpected opportunities. You cannot force the issue. Sometimes you must wait patiently for an opening, and then you must act without hesitation. And so the challenge this year is going to be you have your goals, you know what you want, you know where you're headed, but your plan, whatever it is that you're trying to create for yourself, whatever your big plans for the year. I want to say Spirit has your back, and Spirit has a bigger plan than you can imagine. And if you can stay in flow with Spirit and really tune in to the opportunities when they present themselves, and be willing to be flexible, and you are an initiating sign, and so there's an amount of flexibility that comes with that. So, and you're willing to act. You don't sit too long. You're like, no, that's a good idea. I'm going to go for it. And that, using your superpower this year, is going to make the difference. Between a year that is filled with success and healing, because it's out of the rainbow, right? And so rainbows happen after a storm. And so I feel like there is a need for healing. There is a need for moving things forward. There's great opportunity this year. So we've got Saturn is going to come into conjunction 3 times with Pluto, the deep transformational energies of Pluto. And 3 times going to come into contact with Saturn, which is about limits and boundaries and what are healthy. And so lots of things going on. And then there will be some exact trines with Uranus over there in Taurus about creativity and joy and fun. And I really want to see engage your inner child this year. Allow yourself to have as much fun as possible. Enjoy the ride, because enjoy the ride. That wasn't meant to be a pun, but it sort of is. And your overall energy is initiation and manifestation. And that is, so when the opportunities arise, when they show up, don't be afraid to jump on them. Don't be afraid to take the opportunities when they come to you, because Spirit is going to be offering them, and they're going to seemingly come out of nowhere, out of the blue. And so pay attention to your surroundings. Really be aware. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. I'm doing the 9-card spread. If you've never seen this before, the way we set this up is this is the key to the situation. This is, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I did that wrong. And I don't want to change the cards. I'm not doing a 9-card spread for you. I was actually going to go by the month. So this was first. And this and this. So I'm going to need more cards. Oh my gosh. I haven't done one in a couple of weeks because I was doing some for private clients. And I totally have been doing the 9-card spread all week for the readings. Oh. Spirits laughing at me right now. You can hear them. Okay, here we go. And I'm taking this card too. They said to check the bottom of the deck again. So the bottom of the deck is the angels of the 4 directions. So this is excellent because this means that call on your angels and guides to help you through this process this year. So we have Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel. Uriel is the sands of time, the energy of, oh my gosh, just healing for St. Michael. I'm missing one. Oh, Gabriel. Thank you. Gabriel's like, don't forget me. So also the energy of communication. So knowing when to communicate, how to heal yourself, when you need protection and guidance from St. Michael, and your higher self and your connection through Archangel Uriel, so that you know where it is you're going and what it is you're doing. Okay, here we go. January, you have stuck energy. And so this is coming into this year. There feels like there's been some hesitation. I'm trying to get going, but it feels like it's been really, really hard, and it shouldn't be surprising because you're coming out of your 12th house, which is Sagittarius. And in December, and so there's this energy of I'm not really sure how to get my motor running. You're coming off that sluggishness of the holiday season, the hangover. But I have to tell you, don't wait. I really want to encourage you not to wait. I know you feel like you're stuck in the mud, but it is going to be important that you get out and push, because you have so much potential energy starting. We have that new moon happening in Capricorn on December 26th, and then a full moon in Cancer in your sign that is happening on January 11th. And then on the 12th, there is that exact conjunction between Pluto and Saturn that only happens about every 35 years, but the last time it happened in Capricorn was like 500 years ago. It's a rare event. And that energy has been, when conjunction is actually considered like 6 to 8 degrees out. And so that energy has been, you've been playing in that energy for a while. But now as Saturn moves past Pluto and that deep transformation, now the energy starts expanding and creating space for growth. And so while you've been feeling a little stuck, I just want to show you there's a rainbow in that. So coming out of the rainbow, right? Coming out of the rainbow, start, I don't know. Start digging. Start digging. And you know what? If your car is stuck and you can't get out and walk. You know? Don't sit there waiting for someone to come along and rescue you. Rescue yourself. Wow. You got some really rough energy going on here. Okay, so February we have dark thoughts. So this is a rough start. Don't worry. Because I think that this is a transformative year. And in order to build a solid foundation, some of the foundations that you have laid that are not solid, that are not good, are going to be turned out. They're going to have to crash down. They're going to have to be broken down, dismantled, taken apart so that you can rebuild. And I think there's going to be this idea of, oh my God, I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it. And don't forget, it's initiation and manifestation. And you have the 4 angels here to help you. It's out of the rainbow comes the healing, comes the victory, comes the energy of moving forward in a balanced way. And again, I want to encourage you to rescue yourself. So you're having doubts. Remember, it said when the opportunity arises, be willing to seize it. Don't have your head down. Don't be mired in the dark thoughts of it's not going anywhere, it's not happening. Instead, keep your head up. Understand that after the storm here, there's definitely a storm going on here. There is the rainbow, and out of the rainbow comes the opportunities. And so don't be afraid to move in that direction. And then we get to March. And in March, you have the honoring path. And the honoring path is about people recognizing your accomplishments, recognizing and appreciating who you are. And so while it looks a little bit rough as a start, do the work. Because Saturn is all about being disciplined in your action. And so while it feels like you're stuck and nothing's happening, and you're starting to say to yourself, I cannot believe I am working this hard and nothing is happening, wait. Because in March, the opportunities start coming in. The flow of abundance starts coming in. People start recognizing you for who you are and what it is you're doing. And then here we go. That's that 6 of Pentacles energy, the back and forth, the need for balance. You might feel like, okay, all right. So in March, I'm like, okay, things are going. And then you might get to April and you're like, well, wait, is that really happening? Well, Mercury's going to be in retrograde right around then. And so there will be a slowing down of the energy again, and working with it and staying balanced and keep moving forward. As you move forward, if you take a step forward, Spirit picks you up and carries you for the next 10, right? Whatever energy you put out comes back to you tenfold. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Whatever you were thinking about, whatever you were planning, whatever you were working on, it's that sure-footed, patient, moving forward, overcoming obstacles energy of Capricorn that the whole world is going to be going through right now. Except the thing is that's different is they're all like, what is this? And you are like, I know how to do this. I've been doing this my whole life. So do not give up on yourself, not when there's all this planetary support getting ready to help you explode. And I do have to tell you, 2020 looks difficult for everybody. And I think it's 2021 when we start to see the good stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a whole year away. Yeah, well, the solid foundation you lay now, the hard work you put in now, that sets you up for success, and you know how to do this. And then we get to May, and there is a discovery. You figure something out, something really important, something out of nowhere. See, when he's a gold miner, right? Panning for gold, and so there's a lot of sifting through, repetitive work, sift, digging in, sift, and then every once in a while that nugget, the one that changes your life. Look how big that is. All of a sudden it comes to you. So hang in there. Stay balanced. This is when, this is May. So May is your 5th house, right? Of the fun, the romance, the creativity, the children, the playing with your inner child. Here's your chance right here. So work toward that. Don't lose hope. Look at this. June, joyous. You have joyous fun. Starts looking up in a hurry. And then you get to July, 7th house of partnerships. This could be business. This could be family, a romantic partnership. You have planning and action, which really feels more like business than a romance. But with this joyous fun here, this is having fun with your inner child. Don't forget to enjoy. That's the 6th house of work-life balance. And then you get to August, and you're behind the mask. And behind the mask is one of two things. But this feels like a you behind the mask. And I feel like saying, don't give out too much information about what you're doing. If you are doing a project, if you're planning and you're taking some of the action, maybe not telegraphing to the whole world everything you're doing. Keeping some of it on the down low. You have this discovery. You're working on it. Keeping it a little bit under wraps might be a good thing. And then you get to October, and the energies in October, November. Oh, so this is September. Yeah, I think it is. September, October, especially October and into November. There's some serious energy that's going to, again, refocus, because then we have, again, some of the planets coming into conjunction with Jupiter. And so this, when you're like, this is the loving woman. So this is an opportunity to open up your heart space to people, to a relationship. It could also be about doing something that you really love to do. October, taking steps in the right direction, moving toward this big goal. November, the sacred temple. This is soul work. This is soul work. Oh, no, people, no. The good news is it was in the reverse. I really haven't been reading them in the reverse, though. All right, so we have a consciousness of lack. That can be avoided. Okay? Nothing is set in stone, but the energy is going to be really intense. What is going to happen? There's something really intense happening in the planets. I can't recall what it is right now, but it happens on the 21st of December, which is when the sun moves into Capricorn again, and there is the equinox, and there is some kind of, I can't remember now what it is. There's some kind of a big thing going on with the big planets, and so I think it's a possibility it could be really stirring up. And so to battle the lack of consciousness when you get to December, and we'll definitely be talking about this long before we get there, I want to encourage you as you go through this year, and it is going to be a roller coaster ride for everybody. There's definitely high moments in here and low moments in here. Keeping your eye on the prize, but more than that, keeping a gratitude journal. Right? You're going to manifest it says initiation and manifestation. So if you're initiating positive thoughts and taking actions, you're going to manifest that. If you are, don't be disappointed. We still have taking steps here. You're working toward victory. And I hope that a year from now you don't go, oh my gosh, I worked all this year And this is all I have. Because I'm telling you right now, this is the building year. This is the 4 year. 2020, 2 plus 2 is 4. It's building. It's building. And then 2021 equals a 5, and 5 is about change. And so it is planting the seed and nurturing it, kind of like a bamboo tree. You plant the seeds for a bamboo, and you get it takes 5 years. And then all of a sudden they start growing 3 feet like a day. And so I don't want you to worry so much about what's happening or not happening at the rate that you think it should. Because just because you don't see what's happening, it doesn't mean there's not a lot happening. No. Okay. So, what is the remedy? What is the affirmation? What should you focus on to manage the different energies each month? And you have, for your overall energy, power. I am radiant, glorious, powerful being. I really want to encourage you to step into the power of being Capricorn. Capricorn can be very patient. It's willing to initiate. It's willing to make changes. It's willing to adjust. It's willing to go around obstacles and take the higher view. You being in your superpower this year is how you are successful. And right here, the stuck energy, it says to focus on the joy. Joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. Joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. So during January, focusing on the now moment of joy, looking for where you are. Don't feel like you're stuck. Look for the fun and the joy where you are. Engaging your inner child all year is going to be super important. So this dark thoughts, this is about you thinking that you're not good enough, you're not capable. I don't know, I just can't seem to make any progress here. And this is acceptance. I unconditionally accept and cherish and love myself as I am. That is the key. That is how you overcome those dark thoughts. You focus on loving yourself unconditionally, speaking kindly to yourself. What you say to yourself matters. It really matters. It really is important. And then when you get to this honoring path that comes in March, where people are saying you're so awesome, Spirit wants you to take some time out for yourself. Rest. You have peace. I breathe deeply knowing that all is well in my universe. So make some plans. If you can, maybe that's a good time to take a little getaway for a weekend and just relax and be at peace with yourself. And then we have the back and forth. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what action to take. Spirit wants you to pick one and go. So I think if we want to know when it is that the opportunities are going to show up and they're like, now is the time to go, now is the time to make a change and a big adjustment, it's going to probably be here in April when it says, I step into my glorious future with determination and power. I step into my glorious future with determination and power. And so don't be rocking back and forth. Should I go for it or not? Because if you go for it, then you make the discovery, and here it is. My light radiates through my life and the world around me. So taking this action in April will set you up for this discovery, for this radiant light, for people to be drawn and attracted to whatever it is that you're trying to promote here. And look at this. I am safe and loved no matter where I am. Joy is fun. If you want to plan a little getaway that's a little longer than a weekend, it looks like June's a good time to do that. And then this planning and action, what do you get? Inspiration. You're going to know what to do when you get to July. It says, I am receiving divine inspiration right now. So it's taking some action, but then more action, right? I feel like this is going to be, okay, I'm doing this. It's strategizing all year long. Like, I'm overcoming this obstacle. I'm doing this. I'm moving this. I'm arranging this, okay? So it's going to be a building process. And this behind the mask, they're asking you to step back and be grateful for where you are right now. Express your gratitude. This is a glorious time to be alive, and I am so grateful. And you know you've got something brewing. Maybe not sharing with everybody, is key. And then we have the loving woman. I am a beacon of radiance, support, and love. And so if you are a woman, I think that there's a possibility that you will need to be supportive of someone else in your life. If you are involved, if you are, wow. Okay, so, okay, and if you're masculine, and then you can be masculine in a relationship and still be the feminine, right? You might be in need of receiving love. So when I see the loving woman, to me that feels like receptive energy. But when I see this with the leadership, it feels like you are going to need to create that balance, but being willing to give and support and love others in order to receive it. So maybe you, please don't feel needy. I just heard neediness. Ooh. I am a beacon of radiance, support, and love. What you put out into the world is what you get back. And so if what you want is support and love, then you need to be willing to provide support and love to keep that in balance. And then this taking steps on the way to the sacred temple, it's because you're standing in your truth of who you are. I live my truth. I am taking steps toward my truth. I know who I am at the core of me, and I know where it is that I'm going. And the sacred temple, I am wonderful, and I receive and give love today and always. It looks like there's an opportunity here for a real soulmate energy to come in this year. To either reignite the one that you already have, to take the action steps to bring it in, or to make a connection during this year to get you there. And this could also be, because it's with the sacred temple, this could be love for yourself and acceptance of yourself. It could also be a business partnership that is moving you on the path toward your soul's journey. But there is some kind of a big soul connection coming in this year. That's amazing. Okay, and how do you combat this consciousness of lack? I am deeply and profoundly beautiful, and I believe that the best is yet to come. Do not lose faith. And if you have been keeping this gratitude journal all year, you are going to know. You can look at it every time and go, okay, wait, look at all these things. And honestly, I mean, you could put it in the calendar and every day, or you could just keep a running list and see how big your journal starts getting of just the things that you're grateful for during the day. If you can do that, you can work on your joy and accepting of yourself. You'll recognize this honoring path that other people are giving you. You expressing your gratitude for the things that are coming to you. Because when I see behind the mask, there's also a possibility that you have a lot of self-doubt, especially compared with what I'm seeing there. So believe in yourself. The reason that we express gratitude, the reason we do that is because it allows us to recognize all the good things that are going on, and it raises our vibrational energy. When we raise our vibrational energy, it brings higher vibrational opportunities to us, higher vibrational relationships. It also allows us to see what is going on, to really recognize the opportunities when they present themselves, because we have our head up, right? Looks like a lot of ups and downs this year, but isn't that normal? Honestly, considering all the energies that's going on this year, it doesn't look bad at all. It looks like you are your own worst enemy. I don't see anything here coming in from the outside. There is nothing here like you're under attack. There just seems to be a little bit of insecurity and self-doubt that can be overcome by you believing in yourself and you trusting in yourself and you knowing that, you are capable of creating whatever you want. Just by focusing, being willing to make adjustments, and believing in yourself. Okay, so what I'm doing now is these are cards. So, to manifest in your life this year, you have the messenger. That's Mercury. So paying attention to where Mercury is throughout the year, which house, because he moves pretty quickly, so he'll get through, but he's also the one that does the retrogrades. But what is retrograde? People get worried about retrograde. Retrograde is an opportunity to review and go over certain areas of your life. So as Mercury retrogrades, then you'll be like, oh, okay, I need to focus more on that particular aspect. And it slows things down and gives you time to pay attention to the details, reevaluate, edit, review a situation. And so if you can work with the energy of Mercury this year, you will really know when it is that you can key in. I'm trying to see if I have my list without creating a big disaster. Oh, I do. I don't seem organized, but I sort of am. Okay, so when does Mercury go retrograde this year? Mercury goes retrograde Mercury is retrograde. Okay, so it goes into shadow on February 1st. What? That's fast. So that's when those dark thoughts are going on, because things will be slow. It just slows things down. So it goes into the shadow on February 1st. It goes into retrograde on February 16th. It goes direct on March 20th, which happens to, March 9th, which also happens to be a full moon. And then it is out of the shadow at the end of March. And so that is an opportunity to really work within the reviewing and let's see. So that's happening in Aquarius, which is your second house of self-value, self-esteem, self-worth, finances. So using that energy this year to really like go over what's going on in those arenas of your life. So don't worry, don't have the dark thoughts. Instead, focus on, okay, here is the situation. It is acceptance, right? Being accepting of what's going on by being willing to look it in the eye, see what it is, make your determinations. What are your values? What values are really important to you? And being willing to work with the energy of Mercury, because they're asking you to work with Mercury this year for your superpower. So don't lose sight of how important that's going to be. The planets, the big ones that are happening in Capricorn, every time Mercury moves too, it's coming into a different alignment, a different aspect with it. Well, when it's over there in Aquarius, that is a really nice, it'll be, well, it's a good angle. I think it's a semi-sextile. So it's a good angle. It's a beneficial one. So use it. Use it to really go over your finances and everything. And by the time Mercury goes out of shadow, it's already moved into now this energy of a sextile, which is good too. So it's in good energy for you to overlook that stuff, to look over that stuff right then. Then the next time Mercury goes into shadow is June 1st. Well, June looks really good. You've got this joyous fun and all this entertaining things that you're doing. And so this is that work-life balance. And so when Mercury is over there hanging out in your work-life balance and in your partnership arena, it's a chance to look at where's the balance in my life, how can I create more balance. And Gemini, by then, that's where the North Node will be. And that is also Mercury rules Gemini. So you can really use this energy to identify how you bring the balance into your life. How do you bring the joy into your life? How do I make my life really work for me this year? And so focusing on that at that time will be so beneficial for you. It goes into retrograde on the 18th, so as it's moving into your house of partnership, it's in retrograde, and then it comes out, it goes direct on the 12th and gets out of the shadow by the time we get into Leo. So Leo would be your 8th house of transformation. So it is an opportunity to transform your life and to create that balance. And when you come out of that energy, this is it's behind the mask, right? So it's an opportunity to see what's going on within you. Where do you find the fun? How do you find the balance? How can you make this thing work? And being really, really grateful for what's going on in your life. And then the next time that Mercury goes into shadow is in October, and big things are happening in October. In October, let's see, that's Libra. Libra for you would be your 10th house of career. Yes. Yes. So, career. All right, so an opportunity to look at where things are going with your career. And here we have this whole taking steps and what's your truth and what's important to you. And then the sacred temple and this love. I mean, because it is going to spend time in retrograde again while in Scorpio. So some of the stuff that you've already covered this year that got stirred up, this is your opportunity to look at it. Did you figure it out? What did you manage to figure out while Mercury was in Scorpio? Yeah, well, Mercury was retrograding in Scorpio this year. It's going to be then moving again, going direct and out of the shadow by the time we get into Sagittarius. And so I think if at the end of the year, if you focus on the beauty of who you are and what you believe in and where you're going and really keep track, I really want to encourage you that at the end of every month to sit down and do a review. Look at what you've done, look at what your next steps are, and plan them out and be willing to make adjustments, but keep track of a gratitude list of what you have accomplished. If you can do this step by step by step in the Capricorn way, you're going to end up coming at the end of the year going, I've really done a lot. And you're going to be so set up for success come 2021 when the energy really starts kicking up for you, because most of that stuff starts shifting over toward Aquarius, and that is your second house of self-value, self-worth, self-esteem, finances. So right now what you're doing is you're building the structures, you're laying the foundation that will push you forward. So don't be afraid of this energy this year. Work with it. And when those Mercury retrogrades come up, pay attention to them and use them. They're there for your benefit. So in matters of health this year, you have diet is important. Diet is important. So take a look at that. So you have time right now. You're probably watching this before we get to the new year. Usually that's how that goes. So diet is important, and create a meditation practice. That's what it says, meditation, right? Because you're heading toward the sacred temple of your soul's purpose. So spending time in conversation with spirit, you can meditate through journaling, you can meditate through just sitting quietly, getting out of nature as much as possible. Put your butt right there on the ground and just imagine you have roots that are going down in to the center of the earth and drawing the energy up of Mother Gaia. A great way to transform the energy in your body physically is to stand barefoot next to a really old tree and stick your hands on there and create the circuit. And if you're really paying attention, you can feel the vibration as it circulates the old negative energy out of your system, and the tree takes it in and it brings you up this beautiful energy from the earth. And we are made from the minerals of the earth, right? And so it cleanses your energy out. So be willing to do that. Spend time in nature, meditate, and pay attention to your diet. Small changes that you make have big impact. So what can you cut out that maybe you should? Drinking water, hydrating, choosing water as your drink of choice, trying to cut back on the caffeine will actually make you more clear-headed and more alert and awake. And I speak from experience because I've been working on eliminating caffeine, and it's crazy because I was drinking like 5 cups a day. And now I'm down to like 1, 2, and I am more alert and more hyped up, and I'm like, that's crazy. Who knew that? And something you can do to help make you feel more alert while you're in the process of eliminating caffeine is get yourself a cool mist humidifier, because the negative ions from that water spraying up into the air actually will collect up some of the negative, the positive ions that you collect, just energy picked up during the day from the computer, from touching things, from being in contact with other people. It actually clears it out and makes your brain work better. It's crazy. And it helps. What it also does is it carries more oxygen. So you're getting more oxygen going through your system, and so it's getting to your brain, and it makes it a lot easier to think. So honestly, it's crazy, but it really works. All right, so What does Spirit want you to know about love this year? And it says, you have what it takes. You have what it takes. Always follow your heart, unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it. Be the leader. So if you're afraid to get into a relationship, maybe the person that you need to lead is yourself. You know? Lead it back into love. Did you know that hearts are never too big to mend, too small to rebound, or too tired to love again? You have what it takes. So be willing to do this. Ooh, look at this. You have karma is on your side. No kidding, right? The Lord of Karma. That's Pluto. Pluto's sitting right there at 22 degrees, which is a very significant at 22 degrees. There are inflection points, and 22 degrees is one of them. And it's going to go into an exact with Saturn. I mean, so here you go. Here you go. It's happening in your sign. Karma is on your side. It's perfect. If you could read all the minds that I read, hear all the prayers that I hear, and beat all the hearts that I beat, I wonder if you'd even believe how often you're thought of, talked about, and fallen in love with. It is payback time. Karma is on your side. Karma, you know, karma is a bitch. No, it's not. Karma is the balancing of the scales. What you put out into the universe comes back to you tenfold. So if you're putting out the good energy, if you're putting out the positive attitude, if you're putting out the forgiveness, if you're putting out the love, that's what you get back. If you're being miserly with your time, your energy, your heart, your forgiveness, then that's what you're going to get back. So you can control what's happening by putting out into the universe the good stuff, right? So put out what you want to get back. It's reflected back to you. Ooh, your treasure is at hand. Never even seen this card. It reminds me of this discovery, right? He's got the treasure right in his hand there. Sure, you can always find prettier, handsomer, skinnier, wiser, richer, younger, zippier, but more often than not, one learns that the most laughs and the loudest, and one learns that the most laughs the loudest and the smiles the widest with those they've already found, especially when they stop looking elsewhere. Actually, zippier is on quite a few lists. All right. This tells me that there might be a situation or a person, because this is in the arena of love, your soul's purpose, your soulmate, it's somebody you already know. You may not be really super acquainted with them, but it's someone you already know. Especially when, so stop looking elsewhere. If you're in a relationship and it's struggling, put in the time and the effort. Be willing to forgive. Be willing to accept. A lot of times it's difficult to accept flaws in other people because we don't like that in them because we don't like it in ourselves. But if we can accept it in ourselves, then we can accept it in them, and then, you know, it's not a problem anymore. So learning to love and accept yourself allows you to learn to love and accept other people. Things are about to get really juicy. A little heads up on an addiction that afflicts all really old souls. Giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. See? You're not strange. Giving love. Being willing to love. It gets easier the more lifetimes you've gone through because you're like, oh, I can forgive that. But there are just 3. I thought there were 4. Okay. And where are we on your soul's path this year? What is going on for Capricorn? What do they need to know about their soul's journey? Especially since that Sacred Temple card showed up. It feels really important. Let's see what we get here. Wow, okay. Coming out the top here. Ooh. Okay, this I think is I'm gonna read it, but I think this is I think they actually call that one a bull, which is an earth sign. Oh, you have the spider, 22. 22, that's a 4, that's foundational. We have 7, which is a spiritual number, and we have 2, right? 2, which is a union, a soulmate energy, a connection. I am going to actually read these because they're not that long, but I cannot possibly manage to tell you what they're going to say. So, this one, encoded. Where others see nothing, you see the deeper meaning or messages within. Your guides are working to communicate with you as your intuition and inner knowledge is expanding. Okay, so that meditation becomes really important, right? Be mindful of all that you are experiencing in each moment. That awareness, right? So opportunities are going to show up. Being aware will help you to get there. So this becomes really important this year. So be aware of animal messages, cloud formations, colors, conversations with others, and anything else that catches your attention. You are taking the next step up in awareness and connection to the unseen worlds. And so when I first got started, meditation was kind of hard for me, but paying attention was easy. And so I paid attention to, if a squirrel crossed my path, then I went up and I went home and I looked it up. Spiritual meaning of a squirrel. And squirrels are about storing away and preparing for the next phase, staying busy and working. It's that Capricorn energy, really, when you think about it, of overcoming obstacles, of storing away what you need, and that need to be disciplined in your action, because if the squirrels are not working in the fall, they're starving in the winter, right? And so it's kind of that energy. And then we have the 7, which is the bull guide. Very earth energy, right? The bull guide appears to offer you strength as you move through your life. He imparts the teaching and the wisdom of standing strong and firm when you need to, and not allowing others to cross your personal boundaries. Wow, talk about Saturnian, Capricornian energy, right? Of learning how to establish boundaries. He imparts the teaching. Okay, where did I lost my spot? Oh, look at the situation happening around you at all times. Again, with that awareness of what's going on around you. It is critical this year that you are not stuck in the mud, that you don't have your head down, that you're not thinking dark thoughts, but instead you got your head up and you're looking around for opportunities. They are going to be everywhere. All right. Bull Guide is here to help you be firm wherever and whenever you need to be. He wants to remind you that you are strong and you are deeply supported as you find your way to your own self-empowerment. Wow. Wow. And then we have Cosmos of the Heart. You are now being called to embark on a new path in your journey. This is an inner path. It is the path of your heart. It is here where you are discovering your greatest strength of all, the deep connection to your higher self and inner guidance. Others may be surprised by your choices. They may even react strongly to them. Do not allow this to stop you. Send those individuals loving energy and continue on letting your heart direct the way. Take note of all the synchronistic events occurring around you as life unfolds in its own divine way. You're on your soul's path. So, there's an opportunity this year financially to get yourself set up, and emotionally in the heart to create that loving situation that you want, the one that brings you all that joy, that self-love, but also brings in a partnership. You have a lot of support here. All right, and the last card. And I want to remind you again that you can get a personalized reading. I use the same decks, but there'll be more. So, look, we're already at 50 minutes. So it is quite likely that your personal reading will be well over an hour because I go with whatever Spirit tells me. And I don't care. So what a deal. So be sure to send me that email if you'd like to get it for that 2020 price. It's a great deal. In your affirmation, you can get it as a certificate and get it later. You don't have to get it right now, so if you want to wait and do it mid-year, you can do that. So you have generosity. Oh, jeez. There you go. Generosity. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know that there is more than enough to go around, and that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. So that's the flow of the abundance. That's that feeling gratitude, taking action, and doing things. So don't hoard for yourself. Like, maybe the squirrel isn't the way to go. And then you have inspiration. Of course you do. This looks like a year of really figuring out something and taking it somewhere. Meditation, so important. Spirit showed up so much about meditation. So I really want to encourage you to have your meditation. And it says there's a voice of inspiration within me. Right now it's only a whisper. But the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. Meditation. To allow the information to come in. Sometimes standing in the shower, I get some really great ideas. Wherever it is you get it. I get it walking. I have enough water energy that the water really works for me. But the earth energy of my Capricorn rising really helps me. I get a lot of information, and don't take it personally. What others think about you is none of your business. They're entitled to their thoughts. Although, according to what Spirit said here, they're thinking good thoughts about you. So, and the other thing I want to say is that 95% of what people say and do has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with them and their stuff that they're working out. And so when people come at you and they make you feel unaccepted, when they make you feel less than beautiful, that's their own hang up, right? Let it go. The same as when you don't like something about somebody, it's because you probably don't like it about you. They're doing the same thing. So try not to take personally what other people say. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yeah, that's probably it. All right, so there you go. It looks like a really great opportunity this year to lay some serious foundational work, open up your heart. I think working on your heart chakra, meditation, be open to information coming to you, and keep disciplined step by step. You may not think that you're getting anywhere, but trust me, you are. You are. Looks like a really great year to set yourself up, that foundational 4 energy of creating a foundation that will support you at the next step of change. All right. Good luck to you, Capricorn. Be sure to leave me a comment and let me know if this resonates for you. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps my channel. And so then this message gets out to more people that could really use it. And so I appreciate that. It really helps me do this, which is my soul's work. I don't really make money doing this yet, but I do it because I love it and because it's important to me. So find what you love and what's important to you, and then believe like I do that eventually that's where we find our money too. Okay? You take care. We'll talk soon.